Hey, good morning, folks. AJ, the CEO here, and it is Monday, July 14th. We have exactly 4 days until our 2025 E-Missionary Conference. It is a few minutes before 7 a.m. And granted, this is not going to be my typical type of videos that I normally do because we got a lot of stuff to get prepared for the conference. So I'm going to take you on a little journey on everything that we're doing here for the conference. I got a lot of stuff. Now, there are going to be some moments where we're going to be learning from some stuff. So we have to set up our rooms to be able to handle Zoom calls from people remotely inside, and then anybody from the sanctuary to go back. We have to prep for all of the rooms. Just kind of want to give you a detail kind of behind the scenes of how everything is going to go and everything's getting prepped. I got a few things here. We got some badges here. My daughter's charms. She still got about 40 more to make, but helping her with her entrepreneurial endeavors. So I hired her as a contractor and did some work. So we're doing that. We got the badges. I still got some more stuff I got to do. Have to work out the schedules, do the digital signage. So almost all the stuff that we've done on our videos for the last few years, we're utilizing all of this stuff. Adapters, converters, different products, all these things we're going to be utilizing not just for our typical services that we do, that we teach about with media ministry, but how we can use this to put on this conference. So I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Phone Live Streaming. They've partnered with us from the very beginning. We also have a partner with AVCAN. So again, I want to thank them for that to help sponsor some of the stuff that we're doing here at this conference. So I am in the process of heading over to Lowe's, Costco, and a whole bunch of stuff because I got to pick up food, got to pick up all this other stuff, do some catering, all this other joyous behind the scenes stuff. I still got my presentation, my last two presentations to finish up. And now that I think about it, I didn't do my keynotes either. But anyway, we got a lot of fun going on. So let me get up out of the house, and we're starting early. And we're going to be rolling all day from today until Thursday, and then it just gets even awesomer on Friday and Saturday. All right, let's go. So one of the first things I am working on is I got to print out the schedule so that will be a handout for everybody, as well as we're going to do a digital version of that so that we can put everything and have it displayed on the Unified Display Cast. That will be on the TVs in the multi-purpose room. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to order another one so that I can have it somewhere else. Probably would have loved to have that one like on another TV, on a TV stand that I do have available. Maybe take down the TV in the library and put that on a stand so that I can loop. I don't know. From that, I just ordered another rack because this is the rack that I have with another ATEM television studio HD that I fixed. So I'm probably going to put this in the chapel. And I mean, it's been sitting under my rack over here for a minute, so really not using it. So that'll be another tax write-off that I guess I can do. I'm gonna put this in the chapel so that now the chapel and the sanctuary at Antioch are exactly the same. We'll be able to run this out into the computer that we upgraded. So, and then the one PTZ that's in there, we can run that into this. We can run everything. The computer running presenter can go into this as well too. Then I am probably going to go up here to Lowe's, get myself some RG6 cable because I used all of it at Abundant Life. We're going to run this, and then I have for an install that I'm doing, I have a bunch of these converters available, so I can use this right now, SDI to HDMI. So I will run this as an aux out from the system, the ATEM, and that will feed into the TV that's on the stage at the in the chapel, so that will always show the presentation. But anybody that's upstairs, we're going to have to get somebody to either run that so that they're running OBS, and that will stream into the classroom on the website. If not, we have some other things we're going to do. I also put some extra audio cables here. I did run an extension, but we're going to connect this directly from the board into the monitor out, so we'll have a clean audio signal. Got to run a couple of Ethernet cables and terminate those, test out the audio, all that other fun stuff. I woke up around like 12:30, so I was actually doing some of my Bible trivia stuff. So I have finished one more slide for that, and then I got 2 more presentations to do. Update my anatomy for a church live stream that I did last year, and I think I had one more. I can't remember. We're running around. But anyway, let me do that. And I'm in the process of packing. Like I said, we got to be out of here by the 31st of next month. So in other words, I have to be out here a week before that, because I'm not going to wait till the last minute. Also, we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning and all this other stuff like that. So after I come back, I'm going to get the vacuums, the mops, and all this other stuff like that. Also, for the classrooms upstairs, we have 2 mini PCs. One of those we're going to be giving away, because I think we may hit our 70,000 subscriber stuff by the time while we're in the conference. So I would love to be able to do a giveaway at the end of the conference with that. But we have 2 mini PCs that are going to be sitting inside the classroom. So if anybody attends those, they'll be able to use type into the chat and all this other stuff if they don't bring their tablets, phones, or whatever to interact, laptops or whatever. But I ended up ordering 2 wireless keyboards and mice that will be here tomorrow. So yeah, it's just a lot of logistics on what's going on. But we're going to take one room at a time and work backwards from there. I got the catering for Friday done. I'm waiting for an email for the catering on Saturday. We got to pick up some stuff that's going to be for breakfast. Lunch stuff I am going to order as well too. I'm going to let one more day go by, and then I'm going to put in the order for that. And then, yeah, man, this is awesome, but at the same time, it's just so much stuff going on at the same time. It's just mentally have to keep everything in order. But anyway, let's get on the road and stop 1 of 50 today. Alrighty, the fun never ends. I got down here and we've been having bad storms, and it looks like hopefully the UDM Pro here is not blown. It actually is showing up. I think the port is bad because I'm not getting a connection. There's no internet here. One of the PoE switches is dead as well too, completely blown. So I'm gonna try a few things because I did have some stuff with me. I was really here to try and set up and start cleaning up, but duty calls. All right, so I think the initial problem has been resolved. Looks like the switch actually burnt out, got blown out completely. 2 of them. So thankfully, I'm doing an install for another church, but that's not till the end of the month, so I actually have a replacement. So I just finished putting that in place. I got to finish adopting it with the UDM Pro upstairs and get everything, make sure everything is working. Sent an invoice here, they'll pay me, then I order a brand new one. Well, actually, I already did order another one. It'll be here Wednesday to replace the one that I just replaced. And then we'll pay off that bill since I put that down. Really needed that money for something else, but we did that. And then now we can get back to what we were originally trying to do and get all this other stuff set up. So my thought and plan would be, and I keep forgetting to go get the HDMI cable from the other side, but I have a little station set up down there, and that'll be where somebody can work from if they have to have a laptop. I have a wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver, so when somebody plugs in down there, that will come into here, and then that can feed into as an input to go into the system. The other thing that I need to do is I need to test the audio so that when we do a round table or anything like that, people on the call can hear people talking inside the sanctuary. I mean, the people in the sanctuary can hear people talking on Zoom, but then vice versa, send the Zoom audio back to Zoom and the live stream. So that's what we got going on. I'm gonna take the trash out there. Everybody's here trying to do some cleanup as well, so I need to get some more of this stuff out of the way first, and we're gonna test and make sure that we can get everything done. I have Pastor Thompson's presentation. 2 of my presentations are here. Anybody else that's going to be inside the sanctuary, we need to have that set aside so that they can be in here, test all the audio, get the digital signage set up. I did that right before I got here. So more and more work. And I still haven't even gone to the store to get some more food and all that other fun stuff. Alrighty, so didn't get anywhere close to what I wanted to get done today. We got the internet back up and working. Having a slight issue with getting video to the TV in the chapel. Down here, as you can see, I got my laptop and my wireless HDMI. All of that is hooked up, able to connect to the switches, the ATEMs and all that other good stuff. What I have to do tomorrow, well, I'm gonna be back this afternoon because there's actually a meeting that I have to be at. So I'll see if I can, what time people are gonna be here so I can do a little bit more work. But the main thing is we need to test and confirm that we can get audio in here as for Zoom. So in other words, somebody on Zoom, we can hear them inside of here. And if anybody talks in here, we can hear them back on Zoom. I have to set up for kind of the Bible trivia. Most likely what we will do is move the podium and have the 3 teams sitting up on the pulpit. So that way the camera, our middle camera shot, will be able to get them well for that. I do have my micro panel down here, so I can be presenting from right here. If I'm here and I can control it, I have my joystick also that I need to get another switch and run another cable down here, or the closest one, so I can get internet. I believe there's another one right there for that camera because I've ran double. So we would have to run it from there and come here to get internet. Not a problem. Or we got around the hallway, we got right there, we come from the media booth, we got plenty of stuff. Probably put a switch down here for that. I need to get audio the same way doing audio here. I need to make sure I'm getting audio down to in the chapel, because for whatever reason my video is not going to the computer. I ran an SDI cable, nothing is there. I want to confirm that my up down cross HD converter that I had at home, which was working. I don't know why it would not be working all of a sudden once I got here. We got to troubleshoot that, finish presentations, do some test runs of all that other stuff, do a lot of cleanup, and now we got to do finish doing some food, doing all that other fun stuff. Man, I am tired, and I really haven't done much of anything today. Well, not the stuff I wanted to. Stuff that was good, but that having to run back and forth and take care of the internet going out kind of messed me up a little bit. But we got that squared away. So now, like I said, it's just focusing on getting all the other stuff. Thankfully, I can leave my stuff here. They're going to have choir rehearsal on Tuesday and Thursday, so not a problem. So I don't really have to worry about cleaning up the multipurpose room. Hazel has been here helping setting up some other stuff, put some tablecloths and things like that. They have a line dancing class on Thursday, so we won't be able to set up the multipurpose room until then. But let me Let me turn everything off here, and then I'm actually going to walk you through what the plan is for those who are going to be here in person. So again, my apologies. We're not going to be doing all the super duper fancy videos and graphics and all this other stuff because we got stuff that needs to be accomplished. So let me turn all this off down here because we're going to leave this, and I don't want my laptop to do whatever while it's here. And let's actually unplug it right here too. But if I turn you around, and let's go this way. Obviously this is the main sanctuary that we're going to have here. Media booth is up there. So when you come in, we're going to have everybody come in on the sanctuary parking lot because there's more space over here for parking and all this other stuff right here. Oh, why is this door stuck? Okay, door stuck. Anyway, everybody's going to be parking over here. Coming in this way, we're going to have registration is going to be over here. Pick up your badge, get all this other stuff. If you're deciding to pop up on here and you didn't register, we'll have some stuff set up so that you can register in person here and get yourself squared away. Have a bunch of stuff for there. We're going to have some digital signage maybe going on this screen or whatever. And again, like I said, the starting and everything is going to be in here. And let me turn off everything upstairs while I'm working my way up. But this is where the main room where everybody's going to be. Now, if we come down here where I've been spending most of my time, we're going to come out of here, go down this hallway. So Monty is actually going to be doing some interviews with people like in a podcast. So for that, we're going to go down the administration wing right here. And this is going to be set aside. Nobody's going to be in here. We have some extra restrooms here, women and men. But coming down here, this is going to be the room where we're going to set Monty up. We do have internet over there, so you can do some podcasts. Nobody's really going to be on this side of the building, so it should be pretty quiet. And we can set this up any way that you need it to. Monty? All right. And then that is the exit right there, but probably won't be going through that way anyway. Coming back out here, take a left, and we will have signs up for all of this. In here, some more bathrooms, men's bathroom right here. Make a left.
I'll beat you.
And then we have other ladies' bathroom right there. Inside here is chapel or classroom number 2. So this is where we've been spending a lot of work today. So this will be in here. I'm gonna have a remote control for the PTZ down here, or somebody can be up there. We have an ATEM Television Studio HD up there. But we also will have an ATEM Mini Extreme ISO down here. This will be presenting and mirroring whatever is going into the laptop. Then we feed everything else back up there. So if we're streaming up there, that will go up here. Or if not, we'll be streaming from down here. That's the other cable. Like I said, ran some new SDI cable. We're going to get this stuff out of the way so it's not a tripping hazard, or pretty much not have anybody come through this door at all. That would be the easiest thing to do. But we got to get audio down here, but we got sound system we installed in here a while ago. Really haven't been able to really push it, but I mean, we're prepared for that. Got 2 wireless mics. We can hook some more down here if need be. And boom, here we go from here. Now for our remote teachers, their sessions will be held up here. This is where I did the TVs the other day. I mean, not the other day, a few months ago, where we set these rooms up. So inside of here, we're going to be setting up the chairs. We got a mini computer here that's hooked up to the TV. We're going to have a wireless keyboard and mouse So we're going to have classroom number 3 up on here so you can interact and talk with and go into the chat. You're free to bring your laptop, your phone, your tablet, whatever. We do have Wi-Fi and all through the entire sanctuary, so you could always log in and interact in the session if you wanted to do it that way. Or if you have that, you can go anywhere in the sanctuary, anywhere on the grounds if you want to be on any of the online classes. So as long as you get a place where you can, you have Wi-Fi, you can go wherever you need to. Now coming up the steps from this classroom, we come back here. This is classroom number 4. Set up the same way. I'm gonna be in here cleaning this up and reorganizing this. Another mini PC hooked up to the TV. Gonna be the exact same way here in the class to interact with our teachers who are gonna be teaching remotely. So that's what we got. Like I said, a lot of cleaning going on and making sure, putting notifications and all this other stuff all over the place so that y'all are comfortable with everything. Oh, I didn't turn that light off. But I think that's about it. What I'm going to do now is head down to the grocery store, get a few more things, and then, like I said, I have to be back here for a meeting at 6:30. So I'll drop that stuff off and gotta pick up some breakfast and all the other fun stuff, coffee, which I don't drink, but we'll be doing that. No, I didn't tell y'all. So coming through here, this is the multi-purpose room. This is going to be main gathering area. This is where we're going to have our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all this other fun stuff. There is another parking lot right there. So in the morning, the next day, it's possible that you could come through here, but right now we kind of want everybody to go through the sanctuary. It makes it easy for tracking because we're not going to have all the doors unlocked. We want to keep everybody safe while we're here, but this is where we're going to convene for eating, all this other good stuff. We're going to have digital signage up here that was going to have everything going on through the schedule, rotating, so everybody knows what's going on, and have some music plugged in here. We updated the sound system inside of here, so we'll have some music and stuff like that going in there. We do have audio that feeds back into the sanctuary as well too. So we could easily press a button and get the feed from the sanctuary, not all the rest of the classrooms, but the sanctuary. Now, if possible, we do have another room here in the library that has a television here. If need be, we could have another area. So if somebody needs a quiet area or something like that, that is possible. And hold on, let me see. Hey, so I'm leaving, but I gotta come back for a meeting. Yeah, they're supposed to have a meeting at 6, so I'll be back here for 6 for that. All right. Oh yeah, I close up everything. All right, so one thing I did not show is just the restrooms inside the sanctuary. Very easy, right in the narthex, right where the registration is, just to the left and right. But let's go there real quick. Again, really excited, nervous, kind of overwhelmed to be quite honest, but excited about the fact of having a bunch of y'all that I've chatted with, and a few of y'all I've got a chance to meet, but to be able to bring y'all where everything started. The whole YouTube channel started here. So excited, and like I said, nervous at the same time. But also I'm thinking about, I have my other camera here, so I might put my other tracking camera here on the floor, and we have to run another feed. Actually, I'm gonna run the feed off of the wide camera right there. I might do that. I already have it upstairs to do. But again, men's restroom right here. There's the other way to go through here and go to the chapel right there, that door right there. I don't know if we're gonna open that up for that, but kind of want to have everybody stay inside for that. But media booth, if anybody's here early enough, you're more than welcome. Take you on a tour to see all the stuff we got up there. Not pretty much, if you saw it, if I've done anything at your church or you mimicked any of my videos, I mean, it's the same thing. But got health ministry stuff. If we have any emergencies, any situation, we got our stuff here. And then the ladies' restroom as well too. So that is it. And this is the other switch that died, so definitely got to throw that away. This is the small PoE switch. So the new switch was just, I got a PoE switch so we didn't have to do two separates. This was stuff I donated over the years, but opportunity to replace that stuff. So I think that's about it, folks. Like I said, I'm gonna do some tutorials while I'm prepping for everything, getting the sound and everything set up for us to do Zoom and all this other things like that. I thought, so I even moved over my vMix license over here, so when we're doing the Q&A and all that other stuff, it can be done from down here. And if we cut over here, so the same way, once we are all done, we have everything integrated into here. So sound, all that other fun stuff is coming into here. And now one thing I am going to do is there is another out here. So what I'm most likely going to do is run this into the system here so that I can do lower thirds of anybody who's asking questions. We can bring them up on the screen like we normally do. So I got to figure out how we're going to do that here, because there's not enough space in here to do. There's a mini recorder, so it's bringing video in, but we don't have enough, because that's a micro ATX motherboard, so it's not enough space to send it back out. It's always something. I gotta figure. I think I got another way to do this, because I do have a cable going to that computer. So we do have one more SDI in, because we have the 3 cameras that are connected over SDI. We have one more SDI which used to be connected to that computer. That was the feed I was thinking about running down here. But what we could possibly do is maybe put vMix on here, have the mini monitor come out of here and go directly to the back projector. That's what I'm thinking. But like I said, there's a bunch of logistical stuff I need to think about as well too, because I want to be able to have everybody inside of here see everything, but then we can still do interactions. And you never know, I might even just move this down there so that I can have all the controls and we send the feed back up here. So I can do the lower thirds down there, but then send everything. The only thing we're sending is the clean feed that we will send to the live stream, which will come into the system here with all the graphics, and then that goes to the system. I think I might actually do that, because then that way, let me close this. Yes, I want to save the bundle. I forgot about that HDMI cable. But the thought would be just like our conference. So let me open up OBS while this is closing. And again, we upgraded all 3 of these computers last week, so got more horsepower. The only thing is I was going to switch this out to a different hard drive, but I didn't get a chance to do that. But anyway, we come in here to classroom number 1 that we set up. We go to our bundle. So that's classroom number 1, how everything runs in here. And then over here will be our feed, but we got to let for vMix to close so that we can actually get to it first. Because again, only one program can use this at a time. All right, so that's closed. So the idea would be I need to make sure I get an internet connection down there so I can stream to YouTube from vMix, so that'll be open to everybody. But then back to the conference and the website, this will still do that. That's what I think I might do. And we'll mimic the same thing in the chapel, unless we have to run the audio a different way. But these are the awesome challenges with trying to run a conference in person, and this is the first one. So hopefully y'all can learn from the many mistakes that making while doing this. But again, really excited about having y'all here in person or online. I hope y'all get a lot out of what we're doing here, and the fact that the internet has been fixed, I can work remotely here and then do the rest of the stuff here. But looking forward to welcome y'all here to the E-Missionary Conference, our 3rd annual. And we are already, even with all this stuff going on, we are planning for next year. Whew. We gotta make sure we do a lot more detailed stuff to make sure that stuff is straight. But anyway, folks, we will be seeing y'all throughout the week, and definitely seeing y'all on Friday and Saturday. And again, it's still plenty of time for you to show up in the place or be online. Again, go to 4ME2025.com, and you can get registered for in person if you want to be here in the area in Richmond, or you can be online. And just realize, if you're in person, you don't have to come for both days, because once you register to be in person, you still get a login. So I have some people who are going to be online one day and coming on Saturday, or vice versa. That gives you the option. So let me make sure I don't lock my keys in here. And I think that's about it, folks. So we'll be catching y'all in the next video in prep for our conference. Later, folks.